Please. And thank you even for taking interest and wanting.
The linkage between Mount Kenya Foundation and the other people, we should find a way of bridging this gap. Because there are almost 20 million small and medium enterprises in this country. Those are the juakalis, those are the small traders. Why do they feel they want to resent us? Or they want to resent Mount Kenya Foundation when you should not be resented? It is because somewhere along the line, and the truth be told, some policies have been put in place and they have injured those people, and they tend to look at Mount Kenya as the ones who have hit them.
Elsewhere, ODM leader RAILA ODINGA has today raided Deputy President William Ruto's staff after beginning his political charm offensive in the Rift Valley region. ODINGA and his allies made campaign stops in Nakuru County, where he popularized his Azimio La Umoja initiative. Kenyan Member of Parliament Kanini Kega told the gathering that RAILA was not as bad as they had been made to believe, and that his candidature in the 2022 general elections is welcomed.
Nimetoa onyo kwa polisi jana, tena toa tena, ati kazi yenu ni utumishi kwa wote, kulinda wananchi, sio kwa harass, sio kwa nyanyasa. Sawa sawa? Manake hapana tena sababu watu wao wanakunywa chama hapa nini? Hapana. Sisi tunataka kuona kwamba vijana wanaweza kufanya kazi bila suruti, bila kusumbuliwa na askari. Tumesema tutaweka hazina ya kupatia vijana mkopo ya kuchukua pesa, hawalipi riba mpaka baada ya miaka 7. Tutaweka wizara ya vijana, sio department, wizara ya vijana inaongozwa na vijana. Unaelewa sawa sawa? Na tutakuwa vile vile na National Youth Commission. Itahakikisha kwamba kila kandarasi ambaye inatolewa 3% inaenda kwa vijana. Tunajua vile vile bei ya mafuta imepanda juu. Na bei ya mafuta ikipanda juu, kila kitu inapanda juu, sio? Tumesema tunataka bei ya mafuta irudi chini. Na hiyo maneno irudishwe. Si mnataka namna hiyo? Ungepo nasema mafuta irudi chini, nione kwa mkono.
Meanwhile, Kakamega Senator Cleopas Malala has condemned the recent political pronouncements by Governor Wycliffe Oparanya dismissing Musalia Mudavadi's candidature in the race to State House, urging him to respect other leaders and the choice of the people of Mulembe. Speaking in Kakamega, Malala has said it is unfortunate for Governor Oparanya to belittle the Luhya community that he hails from.
Saa hii siasa ya 2022 iko baina ya mtu anaitwa Raila Amolo Odinga na William Ruto. Watu wangapi? Muandike chini. Farasi ni ngapi? Hii ingine ni pu.
Ningependa kuhimiza Oparanya awe na heshima kidogo. Na akumbuke kwamba yeye ni Mluhya kama sisi. Na sio vizuri umdhalilishe ndugu yako mbele ya watu wengine kwa sababu unataka kufurahisha jirani. Lakini ningependa kukuambia wewe Oparanya, tunakuja kukuadhibu na kura ambayo inakuja. Hiyo matamshi yako ambayo unatamka, unaita mwenzako punda na wewe mwenyewe ni kobe. Hata uwezi hata songa mbele kidogo. Wewe kobe unaita mwenzako punda. Afadhali punda inaweza kimbia na punda inaweza beba hata mzigo, ipeleke mzigo kwenye sokoni. Kobe hata mti haiwezi panda. Liacha hapa inakaa hapa, ndio maana umeshindwa kwenda kwa urais. Umemaliza ugavana, inafaa uko unatafuta urais, umeshindwa kutafuta urais, wewe unakampenia tena mtu mwingine akuwe rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya.
Still a focus on matters politics. Deputy President William Ruto and his allies have claimed the vote-rich region of Mount Kenya is under their influence. They have taunted ODM leader RAILA ODINGA and One Kenya Lands principles over their recent attempts to make political inroads in the region. Speaking today after commissioning the Nyahururu Primary School Multipurpose Hall, Ruto downplayed his opponents' efforts to climb the mountain, saying they have just discovered the mountain few months to the general elections and they should be ready for defeat. The Mount Kenya Foundation, who hosted Odinga and the One Kenya Alliance principals, have also been faulted for not speaking on behalf of the common Mwananchi.
Wanasema ati saa hizi ndio wamegundua ya kwamba kuna mulima. Hawajawahi kujua kwamba kuna mulima. Mimi nawakaribisha hawa watu ambao wanatafuta network ya mulima. Wale wanatafutia Google Map wajue mulima iko wapi. Wakaribisha. Na tunataka tuwaambie, while you are away, tulijenga barabara hapa mulimani. Wakati hamuku kuweko, tuliunganisha stima hapa mulimani. Wakati hamuku kuweko, tulijenga TTI hapa mulimani. Wakati hamuku kuweko, tulijenga kanisa hapa mulimani. Karibuni. Mulimani ndio kwetu na tunawakaribisha wageni. Ama mnasemaje watu wa mulima? Ama mnasemaje watu wa Nyahururu? Tutawakaribisha wageni sio? Hebu nione wala anasema tunakaribisha wageni. Lakini wakikuja wageni wajue kuna wenyeji.
Away from matters politics, it is estimated that 36% of work-related illnesses is due to stress, and more employees who are dealing with mental health fear coming forth due to stigma. In Kenya, 1 in every 10 suffers from a mental health condition, with depression and anxiety most prevalent. Harry Chimea has more.
In a colorful event championing for mental health, advocates and partners all came in full to spearhead the conversation on mental well-being.
I have social anxiety. Places with people freak me out, and especially new people. My journey began from high school. I think I had some sort of relationships in high school that kind of made me not trust people, and it developed into anxiety, and I developed a phobia for people. So I just managed myself because I am a psychologist and also I have a therapist. So I am able to monitor myself. I know my triggers. I know where to address when to address it.
The CEO of Chiromo Hospital Group, Dr. Vincent Hongo, speaking on the dire situation of mental health in the country, said mental health prevalence is now between the age of 10 to 19, adding that 50% of those living with mental health conditions began at the age of 14 years.
The stigma and the discrimination does not help when it comes to accessing dignified, quality mental health care services. IFCs, all the global actors again, have done a lot of research, and it shows that for every dollar invested in mental health care, it yields 5 times the results.
Championing for mental health in workplaces to ease the burden of cases, human resource professionals can now get subsidized prices at the Chiromo Hospital Group and psychology first aid training to help the employees speak up on mental health issues and in turn get assistance.
And the beauty of their service is that it's all in person, and also they offer online services. So wherever you are in the country, you can just dial up and speak to a counselor.
Ahead of the Mental Health Day, advocates are now saying if mental health is not addressed, it could become the next pandemic, leaving us with the note that mental wellness is equal to mental wealth. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is Harriet Chimea.
Thank you, Harry Chimea. On to other news. Joint efforts that should be put in place in diagnosis and assessment, inclusion and integration for equal access to health and education services to enable children with Down syndrome attend school and live meaningful lives. This according to Beyond Zero's coordinator Angela Langat. As Kenya celebrates Down Syndrome Awareness Month, Kenyans have been urged to seize the stigma on people with Down syndrome so as to improve their quality life. The First Lady-led Beyond Zero initiative has loaded T21 Families, a support organization for championing the welfare of children with Down syndrome in the country.
Together, we are here to fight stigma. And we are not going to leave any stone unturned. We're going to turn every single stone, whatever, it doesn't matter how big it is, for the sake of our children and create a future for them tomorrow.
And therefore, I look forward to learning more about the work through the program you set out today. Down syndrome is both a global and a national challenge, which is achieving increased recognition through advocacy and awareness efforts, as Dr. Choge said. Through our similar work, we know that there are critical areas that need our joint efforts to improve the outcome and status of children and adults living with disabilities.
Veteran Kenya Broadcasting Corporation journalist BADI MUHSIN has been laid to rest in KARIAKOR Cemetery today after he passed on yesterday in Mombasa. The legendary broadcaster has been interred according to Muslim burial customs at 4 p.m. The 67-year-old was on official duty in Mombasa in preparation of his Saturday show Dira ya Magwiji, where he died in his sleep at a hotel in Mombasa. Meanwhile, President Uhuru Kenyatta has mourned BADI as a devoted and patriotic Kenyan who contributed immensely in the journalism sector. He has left his wife Hadija Mahrus, 2 children Jamal and Jamil, and 3 grandchildren.
Kwa hakika tumepoteza ndugu yetu BADI MUHSIN ambaye ni mpenda watu wengi, watu wote Waislamu, washika Waislamu, Wakenya wanamjua sana, mfadhili wa watu.
Na tunamwombea Mwenyezi Mungu amweke pali pema peponi, amsamehe madhambi yake, manake hakuna asiyekuwa na dhambi. Binadamu wote tuna unyonge wote, amweke pali pema Jannatul Firdaus.
And may his soul rest in peace. Meanwhile, we're due for a short commercial break. 12 minutes past 7 p.m. But today, Kenya has recorded 159 new COVID-19 cases, 2 deaths, and 181 recoveries. We now take a short commercial break. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Breaking Today. My name is Joel Church and the sign language interpreter is Tracy Dorcas. Moving on, social media has been the downfall of some and has fitted others in equal measure. With the rise of the internet, a new age social media, nothing is impossible. Our reporter Boy Chepto interacts with one Osumo Brad, popularly known on Twitter as Osumo, and how he has carved a niche for himself to be the go-to fishmonger here in Nairobi. This story is produced by Sally Lizwa. Take a look.
Okay, my name is Osumo. Kuangalia kamera ama kuangalia?
Meet Osumo Brad, commonly known as Osumo, Twitter's sensation and a sought-after fishmonger. He is the founder and owner of the popularly known fish joint, Big Fish. Today we hung out at Osumo's newly opened food joint, Big Fish in Westlands, as he takes us through a day in his life.
Mimi ni fishmonger. Mimi niko na Big Fish. Big Fish ni restaurant, ni outlet ya fish. Tunauza tu mainly fish, hakuna kitu ni fish na ugali.
Osumo's fish cross a number of counties before getting to Nairobi by means of road.
Fish zangu zinatokanga Muru Bay from Migori County. Unazipake, unaweka kwa gunia, then you label. Then uko unajua kuna ni kama kuna lorries wenye wanafanyanga tu transport au kazi yao ni kutoka fish kwa lake hadi Nairobi. Hizo lorries wana kikula box like a big lorry, eh? Also hizo nini zinakuwa zinawekwa kwa ice. So kitambo itoke huko hadi huko bado tu ni fish ni fresh.
He attributes his business growth and success to Twitter, stressing on the importance of the youth leveraging on social media platforms.
Venye niliekanga hiyo kitu 21st of December ikahit. I think your post ili going viral 21st of December. Ilikuwa kitu kama 1:13 PM ama 1:10 PM hivi nikiambia wasee nauzaga fish, this is my number, you can come to my place. And so far it's been working for me. And many people want to staff here Big Fish online. So in our pale here, they want to come to Big Fish and taste our fish, you know. Social media imefanya Big Fish ikuwe mali iko sahi. Unaona. So musemaga social media iko na potential sana.
The COVID-19 period for Brad has been a blessing in disguise and a profitable season since his customers depend on him for deliveries.
Corona ilikama imenibless hiyo area, you know. Because now nililearn a new thing, yeah? Nililearn kupeleka fish kwa wase, sikuwa najuaga. So sasa niko na maraida kama watatu. The good thing about social media ni ukiwa social media, you don't have to depend on walk-ins, yeah? Especially these times of corona, unapata most people will see your stuff and most people will ask for deliveries, and that's a good thing.
He adds that for one to be able to grow their brand or business, they should first identify one thing and be good at it. Then after, be consistent with the content they put out, as you never know who is watching.
If you post your stuff on social media, many people will see it. If you be consistent, people will be interested. Unajua lazima wakumbushe uambie. Hata kama unajua wewe ni fishmonger, but you have to remind them. Also, in the process of reminding them, unaweza pata watu wawili watatu wenye hawakuwa wanajua.
Osumo, an engineering graduate, advises the youth not to wait for their education qualifications to be productive and earn a living, but instead, he urges them to be outstanding in whatever they want to venture into.
Kitu unaweza fanya tu kama youth, kama uko na any other thing that are going on with your life. If you are a creative, kama uko na talent fulani, kama unauza kitu fulani, si ati lazima ukuwe na followers milioni ndio weke staff yako pale. Unaweza weka whatever followers wenye uko nao, weka tu staff yako huko.
He mentions that being a fishmonger gives him fulfillment like any other job, and Big Fish is what occupies his mind most of the time.
Sahi hata siwezi enda like niseme ati naweza pursue job ya hiyo kitu nilisomea, unaona? Because for me Big Fish inanipea hiyo fulfillment. Like I'd rather be on every day than somewhere else, you know.
In a world where the youth keep facing the pressures of reinventing themselves, we sure do stand and conquer the tides in our way. Osumo Brad is indeed among the many testimonies. Chepto Boit, Switch TV, Nairobi.
And we now cross borders. At least 60 people have died in the blast at the mosque in Kandahar in Afghanistan. This attack on worshippers of the minority community is being called the bloodiest assault since US forces left the country earlier this year. However, the Islamic State has claimed responsibility of this deadly attack in the worship areas. The affected community is around 20% of the Afghan population. Many of them are Hazara, an ethnic group that has been heavily persecuted in Afghanistan for some period.
Many thanks for staying with us. It's now time for sports. I'm Moronje Kusimba. Now to start us off, defending champion BALDEV CHAGER beat title rival Kalflash Tundo on the first stage of the KCB Nanyuki rally to take an 11 seconds lead navigated by Ravi Soni in a VW Polo. CHAGER cleared the opening 28 kilometers in 19:45.3 minutes ahead of Mitsubishi Evo S Tundo, who clocked 19:56.3 minutes. Ugandan Amran Naja Rai came third in the first stage, clocking 25.6 minutes. CHAGER was again 24 seconds faster than Tundo in the long 41.26 kilometer Ole Naishu stage, where crews endured a long energy slapping drive.
Yes, and the fact that it is near the only mountain on the equator with the snow cap, and it is a partnership between WRC, FIA and a few motor manufacturers or rally car manufacturers, and in this case we are working with M Sport of Poland, and we brought in three cars, Rally 3 cars. It's the first time for these cars to take part in any championship.
My name is Makre Kimathi. I drive a Ford Fiesta Rally 3 and I'm currently in Division 1. No, I've done Nanyuki Rally twice. Unfortunately, I haven't finished on the past two occasions, so I'm hoping that this time it will be third time lucky charm.
And now to some matters athletics, where Kenya's Ruben Kipyego and Ruth Chepngetich head the fields for the Bank of America Chicago Marathon tomorrow, with Sarah Harland, Garland Roper leading U.S. hopes at the World Athletics Elite Platinum Label road race after action in Berlin and London in recent weeks. Chicago is the next race in a busy period of major marathons, and the Boston event follows just one day later. The weather in Chicago looks set to be warm, with temperatures of around 21 degrees Celsius expected for the start of the elite race at 7:30 local time. Now, national football team Harambee Stars have received a financial boost of 3 million shillings after betting firm MOZZART unveiled as the motivational partner ahead of Sunday evening's World Cup qualifier against Mali in Nairobi. The partnership will cover the next 3 matches, and MOZZART come in after the termination of the contract with a different gaming firm. The 3 million shillings will boost the federation's coffers as they prepare for the Mali game, as well as the away trip to Uganda and Rwanda home tie.
For Harambee Stars for the next 3 matches, for the game tomorrow against Mali, against Uganda away, and against Rwanda in Kenya in the next window. We are pleased for them at this time to still find value in working with us.
I want also to know that we sponsored
many grassroots football clubs around Kenya.
Yeah.
And also we have a couple of successful football tournaments. And most known tournament, the NSLEH Cup, which was very successful. And of course, I want one more time to wish you luck for tomorrow, and to have a successful partnership with you. Of course, this is a partnership for World Cup qualifiers, so only for 3 matches.
Thank you for finding value, and the little things that you do and engage and try to motivate the boys. It goes a long way.
Now, Kenya Amputee Football Federation tournament kicked off today at the City Stadium. The tournament was set to select players who will represent the team Kenya in the African Cup of Nations Amputee Games to be held in Tanzania this coming December. Nairobi, Mombasa, Kakamega and Uasin Gishu were part of the counties that took part in the tournament, which 10 counties are participating in the 2-day tournament.
Hatujabebwa vizuri kuendeleza huu mchezo na hatujapewa nafasi nzuri kuendeleza mchezo kukuza amputee football. Sasa challenges ni equipment na sport management kutusimamia vizuri ili hii amputee football ikue.
Na ya pili pia, hii mchezo ya amputee football haikuanza zamani. Imeanza 2013. Sisi ndio wenye tulikuwa tumeanzilisha, na mzungu mmoja alikuwa anajiita Turkish kutoka Turkey.
Now, more than 18 months since Fury dethroned the long-time belt holder Deontay Wilder, the pair will do a battle for the 3rd time on tomorrow in Las Vegas. The pre-bout press conference was held and the duo eventually trapped verbal blows as Wilder continued to accuse Fury of cheating during the last fight. Kate Abdo, who was the MC at the on-stage event, invited Fury and Wilder to participate in the face-off in a bid to end the thrash talk.